What are Bitcoin's beginnings? When you're first learning about crypto, you might ask the question, where does Bitcoin money come from? In order to answer this question, and to find out what brought it to where it is today, I'm going to dive into 5 areas. Number 1, Bitcoin's earliest beginning. Number 2, how Bitcoins are created. Number 3, how Bitcoin works. Number 4, Bitcoin's benefits. And number 5, Bitcoin's happenings. So please keep your head and hands inside the compartment at all times while on board the crypto train, and we'll see where this will take us. First off, I just wanted to give a shout out to all the new Kryptonians joining us here in the Cryptoverse. I'm Zach, founder of Info on Crypto, and if you want to go on a fun-filled, enlightening journey through the wonderful world of crypto, a world where I offer helpful info on everything crypto, then just click on the red subscribe button below and tap the little bell that pops up, and the Emperor of YouTube will let you know whenever I post a new crypto video. Okay, now to get on with it. In this video, we'll be discussing Bitcoin's beginnings, a few of its benefits, and some of the things that's happened to it along the way. Now let's get this crypto train rolling. First, we have Bitcoin's beginnings. So it all started with the father of Bitcoin, the crypto pioneer known as Satoshi Nakamoto. However, even though everyone calls Nakamoto the father of Bitcoin, no one really knows if the famed developer is a man, woman, or a group of people. Now, many people claim to have been Nakamoto over the years, although the true Satoshi Nakamoto, whether it be he, she, or they, definitely wishes to remain anonymous. So in getting back to Bitcoin's beginning, Nakamoto declared that work on the Bitcoin code began in 2007. Then on August 18, 2018, someone, again no one knows who for sure, registered the domain name bitcoin.org, and later on the website was created. After that, Nakamoto published a white paper titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, which we're looking at right here in the video. I'll put a link to the original white paper below this video for anyone interested in reading more about it also. Now later, in January of 2009, Nakamoto released the open source Bitcoin software and created the network by mining the starting block of the Bitcoin blockchain, called the Genesis block. I'm going to give you an extra nugget of info about the Genesis block. Inside the Genesis block's Coinbase, Nakamoto placed the text, "The Times, 3rd of January 2009, Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks." Some say it was meant to be a timestamp, as well as a reference to the instability caused by fractional reserve banking, which you can see I have Wikipedia up right in the video now where you can learn about fractional reserve banking. Again, I'll place a link to Wikipedia's explanation of what fractional reserve banking is below this video. Alright, now we come to our second area of discussion, how Bitcoins are created. You see, like gold, Bitcoin is also created through mining. Only instead of physical mining, Bitcoins are mined digitally, hence the term digital gold. Now, a Bitcoin miner's objective is to create new Bitcoins and process transactions using complex and computational mathematical equations. This process is done about every 10 minutes in bundles called blocks, and then added to the blockchain. Also, for doing this, the miners receive what is called the block reward, a predetermined amount of Bitcoins. Then nodes, which are customized computers connected to the crypto network, are used to maintain the blocks so they can be verified in the future. Now, every 210,000 blocks, or approximately every 4 years, the block reward that the miners receive is halved. This is where the term halving comes from. You may have heard of it. So the block reward started in 2009 at 50 Bitcoins. Then in 2012 it was cut in half, or halved if you will, to 25. Next it went to 12.5 in 2016. The most recent Bitcoin halving was in 2020, which put it at 6.25 Bitcoins, or you can just say BTC if you want, which is short for Bitcoin. The next one is supposed to happen in 2024, and will leave the reward at 3.125 BTC. Finally, all 21 million Bitcoins should be mined by 2140. However, I'm sorry to say that none of us will be around to see it, unless doctors, scientists, and technology really make some leaps and bounds in the areas of medical advancement. Who knows, maybe we'll all just be robots with human brains, or vice versa. Boy, wouldn't that be scary. So third, we have what I call Bitcoin's behavior, or how Bitcoin works. You see, Bitcoin is basically a computer code that is stored on the Bitcoin network, the blockchain, which the blockchain is basically a digital public ledger. Now, when you buy Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency, you're issued two keys, a public and a private one. Now, your public key is what is used to send and receive Bitcoin, and it's okay to share it with other people. On the other hand, a private key is what is used to prove ownership of your Bitcoin, and you should never ever share your private key with anyone. In order to keep your private keys safe, you should store them in a crypto wallet. I'll leave another link below that is connected to one of my articles titled, "Why Do I Need a Crypto Wallet?" in case you want to dig a little deeper into that subject. And we're actually looking at that article right now in this video as we speak. Now, as far as blockchain goes, it is a decentralized network, so no one person or entity controls it. It is made up of thousands of nodes, again computers, that are spread out around the world. This makes it virtually impossible for one node to change the information stored on the network. Since this is the case, that makes the transactions on Bitcoin's blockchain virtually irreversible, which is what makes it more trustworthy. Now we come to area number 4, Bitcoin's benefits. What are Bitcoin's benefits? Meaning its advantages and value. Let's start with Bitcoin's advantages. First, its transactions are peer-to-peer. That means anyone can send and receive Bitcoin to or from anyone, anywhere around the globe without third party, in other words, bank's approval. Also with Bitcoin, you don't have to deal with regular banking fees associated with fiat currency, which is regular money. This includes no overdraft charges, no minimum balance, or account maintenance fees, among others. Then, since Bitcoin is a currency, albeit a digital or virtual one, there are still places that you can use it to purchase some products and services online. Another thing, since Bitcoin is a digital currency, it's almost impossible to steal, as long as you're the only one with the private key. Just remember, keep your private keys private. Now let's consider Bitcoin's value. For one thing, since there are only going to be a finite number of them, 21 million actually, that means like gold, they can be used as a store of value. Also, since Bitcoin can be transferred over the internet, satellites, and even radio waves, that makes it the most portable or easily transferable currency out there. Lastly, I give you its fungibility. That means one Bitcoin is equal in value to another Bitcoin, just like $1 is equal to another dollar. Finally, we have the fifth area, Bitcoin's happenings. Now I'm going to lay out a brief chronological history of some of the Bitcoin happenings that will take you from its beginnings up until some of the more recent events. Now in 2007, Satoshi Nakamoto declared that work on the Bitcoin code began. And in 2009, the Bitcoin network was created, and the first Bitcoin transaction took place. Now in 2010, the first financial transaction was conducted when Laszlo Hansnick, a computer programmer, had 2 Papa John's pizzas delivered, for which he paid 10,000 Bitcoins. Ouch, that had to hurt. Although he later said in an interview that he didn't regret it. However, I don't know how. I'd probably never eat pizza again. Anyway, a lot of cryptocurrency supporters call May 22nd Pizza Day, because the exact date that it occurred was on May 22nd, 2010. Now in 2011, coders began to improve Bitcoin's blockchain code, and miners and coders also started to build other networks like Ethereum and Litecoin. And in 2012, the Bitcoin Foundation was started to promote a greater understanding of Bitcoin and its development. Now in 2013, Chinese financial institutions were prohibited from using Bitcoin by the People's Bank of China. This led Baidu to stop accepting Bitcoin for certain services. And in 2014, the Wikimedia Foundation started accepting Bitcoin donations. And in 2018, China completely banned Bitcoin trading. In 2019, the owner of the New York Stock Exchange, the Intercontinental Exchange, began trading Bitcoin futures on its exchange called BACT, B-A-K-K-T. And in 2020, an announcement was made by PayPal that United States users could buy, sell, or hold Bitcoin. And in 2021, El Salvador became the first country to make Bitcoin legal tender besides the US dollar. Now the country of El Salvador intends to build a circular Bitcoin city that would represent the shape of a coin. So to wrap things up, the origins of Bitcoin can be traced all the way back to 2007. That's when Satoshi Nakamoto, also known as the father of Bitcoin, declared work first began on the Bitcoin code. Next, we found out that like physical gold, Bitcoins are acquired through mining. Except when it comes to Bitcoin, the mining process is digital. Another thing, even though most people who own Bitcoin use it as a store of value, because it is considered a virtual or digital currency, there are products and services that can be purchased with it online. Also, there are a lot of things that happen concerning Bitcoin over the years, such as the Bitcoin Foundation being started, which brought it to where it is today. Finally, since Bitcoin is finite, some people, including me, think of it and use it as a store of value. However, as of now, it is still pretty volatile. So in this video, we discovered where Bitcoin money came from, a few of the things that give it value, and some of the happenings that brought it to where it is today. Now, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit up the like button. And until next time, always remember, knowledge is your greatest investment. This is Zach, the Prosperous View, signing off.